Yo, what's up guys? Welcome to the finals of the kicking off 2022 Punishers Duo Cup. It has been one hell of a week. We had 4 qualifiers, 2 semi-finals, and in top 25 of each tournament, guys, we basically had, you know, the teams come through and really sweat it off, really try to do the most that they could. So yeah, we are here in the finals happening right now, and we got a couple of guests with us as well. So let's bring them in to the call and let's see exactly, you know, what these pros and guests have to say for us right over here. So bringing in Neymar. Yo, Neymar, what's up? Welcome to the stream.
What's up, Arrow?
How you doing, man?
Fine, thanks, and yourself?
I'm doing great. So quick question. What are your expectations going into the 5 games for the evening today?
Same as always. Just working, I'm gonna try and do our best and hopefully win.
That's great. That's great to hear. And how has the qualifiers and semi-finals been for you guys? Was it a challenge, or did you find mistakes that, you know, could be better today?
Well, to be fair, they both went really well. We won a few games in the opens and we won one game yesterday.
Yeah.
But otherwise, no, not really. We're just gonna play consistent.
Okay, perfect. Well, this tournament's like, kicking off 2022, and 2022's just begun. But, what is your dreams and hopes going into 2022 for tournaments, whether it's modes, structures, prize pool? What are your expectations for tournaments 2022?
It totally depends, to be honest, Arrow. But since obviously Dios is for the whole year, I think Dios should be the whole year as well as for ZA.
Your
With regards to FNCS that's happening next month, maybe ZA should totally depend and not throw all the tournaments that month. So maybe host one that month or maybe even two. But obviously, yeah, I think game modes wise, Dio's definitely my first option.
Definitely. Well, let's hope 2022 is a shower of duo tournaments for you and Woke to continue doing successful. But we are from Punishers and myself. We wish you guys the best of luck in the finals of KO 2022 Punishers Duo Cup, bro.
Thank you so much, Hero and Punishers. Thank you guys so much for hosting.
Awesome. Cheers and good luck, mate.
Thank you. Bye.
So that there was the one duo, and let's see exactly what else we can get coming in from the tournament's aspects, because we still have so many other people to talk to. So let's check what they have to say. So we're gonna bring in Reapsie from the call over there, and we can see exactly what he has to say for us in the tournament. So let's not try to waste too much time. Let's try get it in, wrapped and done with. Let's just bring in Reapsie right over here. So, Reapsie, welcome. What's up? Yes, we are live. No naughty things.
No, I would never swear.
Yes. Okay, cool. Okay, first and foremost, how you doing, Reapsie?
I don't know. I'm not gonna lie. I just spoke about my stomach. I don't know if I'm nervous or I just didn't eat enough.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. I'm kind of keen, ready to win.
Ready to
I
win.
hope. I'm either winning or I'm coming 50th. It's kind of
the drill right now.
Yeah.
Well,
that's all I'm looking for.
We've got your expectations for the tournament, but what are your expectations for 2022 when it comes down to Fortnite competitive?
When I don't know. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not putting too much time really into it this year. But the time that we do put in, Crispy and myself, the time we are putting in is it's a lot more effective than what we've done before. Because normally we would just play for hours and get nowhere.
Yeah.
But now when we actually get to playing Fortnite because we're quite busy this year.
Yeah.
We put in a lot more serious grinding so that we don't mess up as much. And I don't know. So far it's kind of paid off already. We're playing a lot less, but when we it's working for us. So I don't know. I think I've probably got I'd say the best fragger in ZA right now. So as long as I'm the best IGL and I can keep learning, then we should hopefully win quite a lot.
Hopefully. Well, I do wish you the best of luck as well as Punishers. You do know this, and show us exactly what you got planned for the 5 games today. We're gonna be enjoying your
thank you so
POV,
much.
but yeah, game 1's just about to rock on, so I'll let you go on and get ready for that one.
Thank you so much.
Okay,
Appreciate it.
perfect.
Have a
No
good one.
problem. Cheers. Bye-bye.
Yes.
Hello, Izzy.
Hello, how are you?
I'm alright. Yeah, so the KO 2022 Punishers, sponsored by Punishers as well, of course. It's the first and most, tournaments to start the year with. We looked in the past couple of years and we haven't started January this hot. How do you feel about the KO22, the progress it's gone with the qualifiers and semi-finals?
I think it's gone well. I think that we got, people awake after the holidays, after everything else. Start off with a big thing. I think it's always a good way to start off the year. Hopefully everyone's motivated and everyone's here for the right reasons. And yeah, we keep going.
We keep going indeed. Now, we listened to some of the expectations for Fortnite Tournaments 2022. What are your expectations for Fortnite 2022?
Well, what we're interested in targeting is more charity work, more, more for the community to also get involved with the charities as well, in order for us to, be able to give back, like we said we always intended on doing. As for the community, fair play is always the number one thing, and just be mindful of one another. I think that it can be a good thing, and if you guys want sponsors and people to notice you, behave yourselves. That's the only thing I can think of going into any tournament in 2022.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, those are perfect ways of talking on behalf of the entire community. I mean, past couple of years, we've sort of found ourselves digging our own hole, and now it's time to patch it up and work towards a better community for 2022. But there's more than one reason why you're here, and I'm sure everyone in the stream is ready to know exactly what that reason is he?
Okay, so we've got, all these funds thrown at the players, Vic Roys, winners, all of that. I thought, let's throw some funds to the way of the viewers, and I'd like to give someone in stream 1,000 Rand. So whoever wins that, you'll join in with exclamation KO2022, and it'll give you automatic entrance, 1 entry fee into the draw. At a set time, we will then, do the draw and pick a winner via the computer. It won't be us. But yeah.
Okay, let's go. So you guys heard it from Izzy first. There is a giveaway happening right now. But in order to win the giveaway, guys, you have to be present in the stream.
You have to be in the stream at the time of the draw. We're not telling you the time of the draw. So the year before the tournament ends, it's going to be totally random. I would like to give a shout out to Glucky because he has said my name a couple of times there.
He has indeed. Well, yeah, let's get the ball rolling. The first game is under the way. We still got more guests which we'll introduce in game 2, game 3, etc. But any final words you'd like to say to the viewers or even to the competitors?
I just want to say to the competitors, I'd like to say good luck to everyone. You guys are a great crowd, a great bunch of people. Obviously, we all have our favorites, but a lot of you have impressed me. A lot of names that are unknown that have come up. So well done. Keep going. You're almost at the end. And to the viewers, thank you. You guys are what keeps us going and what keeps the community going. Without you, we couldn't do this either. So thank you so much for the support. We honestly appreciate it.
Definitely. Let's go. Okay, well, Izzy, I'll let you go now, and thank you so much for the little interview over here. We will see you hopefully at the end of the tournament. Maybe get to close the tournament.
Thank you.
Okay, well, cheers. Have a good
luck.
one.
Cheers. Bye.
Bye-bye. So, guys, that is the tournament over there. I do believe game number 1 is underway. So let's go jump on with some of the players that we have over here so we can watch the stream. Yeah, but before we even go in and watch the streams and the POVs, guys, let's look at the schedule which we'll have for the evening. So you can see we got 5 games. The 5 games will be going over for about 2.5. I think I messed up the time over there. So the time will end at 17:50. We'll fix that after game number 1's break. But most importantly, what are these players playing for, guys? That is that massive prize pool of 15,000 Rand. First place walking home with 7,000. Second place walking home with 5,000 Rand. And then third being 3,000 Rand. So that is massive, massive for the community. And it's going to be even more big, going into the 5th game on who will be walking away with that prize pool. But also, guys, there's more things to win. There's more things to give away. Clubs is giving away a Cooler Master CK530 version 2 alongside a $50 PayPal. So if you guys want to go and enter this giveaway, it is as simple as going to Clubs, write a giveaway, going to Clubs Twitter, and then finding the tweet where he posted the giveaway, following all the steps in the link over there, and you guys could be entering yourself into the giveaway. So it's as simple as that. Let's jump straight into the gameplay that we have for you guys for the evening over here. So massive, massive GGs to the entire Punishers team, as well as the competitors coming through to showing us the tournaments over here. So game number 1, we're on board with Bojo. Let's see exactly what that looks like for him off spawn, and he's playing with Zakis. So, yes, Zakis and Bojo do contest the main area, which is Sleepy Sound. I think they are also contested back to back by Moabs and Swizzy. So let's see exactly what that will be looking like for the team over there going into the future games. But on our hands over here, guys, we've got Glubs and Ace. Glubs and Ace were phenomenal in their tournaments. They came, with some great placements, even winning themselves a victory royale and walking away with some bucks while doing that. That could be you in the next tournament, winning yourself some amazing bucks to take home, brag to your family, brag to your friends and so forth. So make sure you guys are competing in the eliteproseries.co.za website and looking out for social media on the Punishers YouTube, Punishers Twitter channel, TikTok channel, Instagram channel, Facebook, wherever it is, or wherever you guys prefer. Punishers is active on all those media platforms, and they are constantly posting tournament announcements, content, tournament placements, etc. So it's a great way to keep up with the Fortnite community, as well as the Valorant community, as well as even the FIFA community, because we do have, the expansions and teams into the variety of that. But we're here for this Fortnite tournament as it stands right now. We've got 69 players in the lobby, so 20 players have been eliminated off the bat already, so that's going to be interesting to see exactly what the next rotations will be looking like. But some of these guys contesting each other off spawn, Adrian and Venom eliminated, done and dusted. They were the semi-finals, winners out of that tournament over there, but unfortunately will not be setting that dominance here in the finals game number 1. But there's still so much time for redemption. There's still so much time to show off who they are and why they came first in that semi-finals one over there. So make sure you guys are checking that one out right over there. But jumping on board, guys, with Moabs and Swizzy, who just squeezed themselves into the tournament, guys. Remember, this tournament was so hectic in semi-finals too that dying of spawn coming quite hard in the rotations meant that Moabs and Swizzy came 25th. They literally made it by a hair string to qualify into the tournament, and they've done so. So they're here, hopefully, again, to redeem themselves. They're here to make some noise in the finals. Hopefully they are able to perform a lot better in their rotations. But more so, going over to Martin and Potash. These guys were so spectacular in their semi-finals too. They played so magically, killing Glubs and Ace, winning a game, the last game, to win the entire tournament in semi-finals too, guys. Let's get some round of applause for this team, because they came to the party with some pure action. But we saw, Adrian and Venom doing the exact same thing, showing up to the party in semi-finals 1, but yet again dying of spawn in game number 1 of finals. Will we be seeing the tournament, or will we be seeing the same display coming out from Potash and Martin? As it stands right now, they already got 2 eliminations. They're already sitting with 2 eliminations. They fought off spawn, they won off spawn, they grabbed and secured their kill points. So I'm excited to see exactly what the team will be doing for themselves going into the games over there. So yeah, Martin and Potash have so much to prove for themselves right over here going into finals, and I'm looking forward to seeing exactly what that will be looking like. Now, going over to anywhere else, we got Extinct and Motion, who are shown in the tournament over here, and they seem to be alive on the edge of zone, farming up, trying to get as much materials as possible. And you can see, guys, materials this season have been so scarce. I mean, getting metal, usually you could easily get max metal, by finding an area where you can farm the metal buildings, etc. But now a lot of the people are finding gas stations to farm their metal, are finding a lot of these things. And if he takes the shot right here, Extinct will be potentially targeting Chimp and the Cove. But it doesn't look like he's going to take that extra. He's going to be extra cautious and not take that shot over there and continue with the rotation. So he is lucky he had done that. So let's see exactly what will be going into the play. Does get an absolute beam, 100 damage, doesn't crack him just yet. He uses the Spider-Man to disengage over there. And remember, this is speculation on whether that is Chimp at the Cove. But coming out of Bugle, you would assume it is, because Bugle is contested by Chimp and the Cove, and they have, been successfully contesting that area for quite a bit right now. So let's see exactly what the rest of the games will be coming in right over here. Going over to even more POVs that we have across. Guys, we got Fake Gibbs Wall and Inferno, who are in this tournament, who are also alive with 2 eliminations. This is really looking like a sweaty tournament. All these new players and underrated players showing to the party, giving themselves, a name for themselves. But it's just game number 1. Where is Travis and Rejects? We're going to go jump on board with them and see exactly what is happening. But it doesn't look as if Rejects is in the game. I think they may have died of spawn, or Travis didn't show up to the party. So unfortunately, we will not be able to be spectating the game. But on other sides of things, we've got Funene as well as Paul in the game, playing it quite safe, getting that early box right now, which is really essentially where you want to be. So successfully, they find themselves doing quite good over here. The ammo, not too great on the SMG. We do know those SMGs fly out of ammunition very quick. So let's see exactly what he would be doing going into the end game. Hopefully he's able to get a refresh. He does have 3 peppers, maybe keeping them for the end game. Rotation, moving zones would be key for the team, seeing that they don't have any Spider-Man rotations or even launch pads. We're not too sure exactly what the loadout is going to be for Bunene, whether maybe he has the launch pad in the back pocket, but for now we would assume that there's no rotation besides the peppers at hands that they have. On the other side of things, we've got Ethan and Aviva with a launch pad as well as Spider-Man, and then unfortunately not a purple MK but a purple Rangers. And you and I, the Fortnite community, we know exactly how bad those Rangers can be. We don't want to be using them right now. So 221 ammo in that SMG. He's going to be spraying away quite successfully. So let's see exactly what that will be looking like going into the end games right now. So a lot of the people playing it safe, they want those placements, because why? Top 3 is what get money, and it's not pocket money. Let's be honest, guys. 7,000 rand for first place. That is split 3.5 each for your duos. That is massive. This is like the OG Fortnite days when prize pools were so huge and were so worthy of grinding for. So first, second, and third all have the irrespective of their placement, they can brag about it and have pride about their placement. One team getting chopped down over here, Ethan and Aviva utilizing their materials, and he needs to just build up one. Now getting sprayed and focused by 2 teams, but he's able to get up and save right over there. So that's really good for the team right now. But let's look what's happening with Reapsie as well as E-Tech as we look at their POVs right now. It does look like the team is successfully in a building as well. So, just staying safe. A lot of the people, I think this is only second zone. Yeah, it's only second zone. And a lot of the people have chosen to camp in their bases, wait for the next rotation to come into play. This is competitive Fortnite. This is what we hope to watch and see going into future tournaments. Usually, this was not the case, but now we are seeing a lot of these guys are making sure to be early center zone, camp up in a box and waiting for the next zone to pop up. Now, all these players that are outside the zone, that are doing the exact same thing, will have kind of a bit of a struggle rotating. And I mean, at least you still have the option to rotate late, or maybe even camping zone quite a bit. Maybe that could be the strategy going into the next zone right here. Or if you're any other team, you can maybe potentially just go very early and hope that nobody focuses you. But as it stands, you can already see Reapsie. He's been one of the teams just boxed up. No reason to even focus, but getting sprayed at because it is what it is over there. So that could be really, really detrimental to his next sort of rotations that could potentially come into play. And then on the other things, guys, we've got Septic and Oaken who's in this tournament. So let's see exactly what that will be looking like. Let's go over to the pro players, Neymar and Woke, to see exactly what is happening on their POV and side. So you can already see the team is ranking in some eliminations as well, sitting on 2 kills, which is great to see right over there. Neymar and Woke, you know, have been consistent in the past couple of duo tournaments, but they haven't had a overall win in the 5 games. So they haven't had their time, you know, to truly pop off, truly get that perfect tweet out saying, you know, that they top number 1. They've come 2nd, they've come 3rd, they've come 4th, they've come 5th. They just have not come 1st. So hopefully we get to see that different side from Neymar and Woke this time around for the 5 games over there. But it's not going to be easy. Why isn't it going to be easy? Because you still got Reapsie and Crispy in this tournament. You still got Bojo Zakis in this tournament. You still got Martin Patash in this tournament. Maybe even a redeemed Adrian and as well as Venom in this tournament going into game number 2. Maybe they start popping off. Maybe they win every other game. Who knows? The odds are among everyone right now. Nobody can say comfortably, hey, I am going to win this tournament based off game number 1. And a good beam coming out from Reapsie, and very much needed, seeing that we had 58 players going into 4th zone. We may potentially be seeing some Storm Surge soon. And chat, you get ready, you get your popcorn, you get your snacks ready, because this one's going to be one hell of a bumpy ride for us over here. But more so, let's see exactly what Reapsie and Crispy can do. I mean, his expectations were 1st or 50th. Right now as it stands, luckily he isn't coming 50th place because he's already gotten 2 eliminations of spawn. So he's also sitting on 2 eliminations right over there. So that's really, really good from the team, and that's what you like. Getting a couple tags on himself over there might just be quite tricky. They're not yet in a zone, and you can see now that Storm Surge warning is being displayed for us. So let's go jump on board, guys, with the more passive players that we have, such as Reapsie and E-Tech, you know, who have been boxed up and cooped up in their boxes. So you can already see 102 below on the damage threshold, and if they don't do or change anything based on this right now, they are going to be in a tough predicament. A nice 18 damage just to help them a little bit, but by the looks of it, that's not going to be too helpful. 7 players still alive in this one, couple players being eliminated as well as being knocked. So they may as well be saved by the aggression of competitors that are in the lobby. Remember, this is the best of the best. We had the top 25 from each qualifier. Then we had the top 25 from each semi-finals. So only the elite, only the best could make their way into the finals over here. And we are seeing exactly what that looks like. That looks like some Storm Surge and a couple of players looking to struggle quite a bit. Now the rotation needs to come into play. That Surge is still active, and now they're going to start getting electrified, and this is going to be quite difficult because they don't have that 50-50 zone. So now the heals potentially might be coming out. 6 players still alive in this one. They're going to use their half pots to heal up, which is great and all, but they're going to need some tags. And with the disadvantage being that they can't really rotate and focus on eliminations at the same time, is physically impossible, as they choose to opt in the Sky. 118 still below. 6 players haven't been knocked, have not been eliminated, but now a lot of these players are going to be rotating in that Sky, right? So maybe players will start to find themselves getting eliminated, and already we've seen one of them being, 2 players being eliminated right there. Reapsie trying to jump into the box to do something over there. Unfortunately, just was not able to. Not in zone just yet. 2 players now needing to die. He survived the Storm Surge. E-Tech and Reapsie do have those Chug Splashes, so luckily they can get back to a decent amount of HP. But with no damage being dealt this entire Storm Surge activation, what are they going to do in moving zones when they struggle quite a bit over there? Because moving zones, again, you're rotating and cannot focus too much on that zone, on that tags right there. But he jumps straight into the box right here with little HP. He might find himself being quite damaged, and I still haven't seen an activation like this in a long time. He's almost out of HP. He doesn't have any more kills in the back pocket, and now they're 35 damage above, and they can sit a little bit. But like I say, they can't sit for too long, as they don't have that much heals. They don't have that much mats. They're going to need a refresh coming into the moving zones. That moving zone is going to get activated right now, and then the Storm Surge activation is going to come into play yet again. And we're going to be seeing Reapsie and E-Tech in an even more tougher predicament. Why? Because they don't have any heals. They cannot carry themselves going into the moving zones right here. So with the disadvantage of not carrying pumps, they can't get huge damage and need to rely on the SMG spray for a concurrent damage necessary. So you can see the team placing their launch pad right now. Reapsie with 20 HP, 10 HP in the Sky. All it takes is one single shot on him, and he should be eliminated over there. But no, they're going to be focusing the solo player on the rotation. 336 damage below. We stay on Reapsie and E-Tech to see how they could potentially fall over here. They would need 300 damage to, eradicate that Storm Surge, but I don't see that actually happening right over here. And this is where it ends for them in 29 seconds. You can already see Septic taking out Reapsie over there. Reapsie getting a bit eager to try get those eliminations or damage onto the players right there, but it's not going to be happening. And E-Tech might potentially be taking the fall for this one over here in a moment of seconds. Remember, guys, this is just game number 1, and look at this spectacular performance out from everyone's camping and so forth. He doesn't even make it all the way to the Storm Surge activation. I do not blame him at all for that one over there. And then Neymar, whoa, with an elimination and a rotation coming into play. 614 damage above. They make those rotations. Mat counts looking quite terrible. They only have 50 wood, 50 brick. Woke trying to make the rotations in with the tops over here. Neymar blocking off the behind just so they don't get focused. But anytime now, they will be needing a massive refresh. Maybe even dropping down below so they don't use too much of their mats to cover their behind and rotate above. But you can see now, Neymar in a tough one as he has no mats. He's going to now try use his half pot. And Woke coming back to keep him safe in that regard. But they need some kills, and they see someone over there. He's got his pump out. Now it's time to jump in. Will they get the kills? Unfortunately not. Woke still trying to keep the rotation in play for themselves. They do get those eliminations, but it doesn't look like Neymar's going to make it out of the zone alive over here. Woke on a smither of HP. He pulls his SMG out. Will we be able to see Woke survive this one is the question. He does get that knock in, I believe. but unfortunately, whoa, not able to survive. And this is what game 1 is, guys. Stacked as hell. Let's get some hype in the chat right over there. Reapsie and Crispy still alive, keeping those rotations, and he was dedicated to see himself go to the end to try get some wins in the book over here. Let's see exactly whether or not that could be successful. Crispy still on great HP, no need for Chug Splash. The one in lead is Reapsie as he finds himself taking a couple minis. He sees the solo player in the rotation, gets that SMG out, gets a couple damage, but look who's in the box, he's taking so much damage. It is Dan1X to deal the damage over to Reapsie and Crispy. Crispy with the smother of HP. Low ground Warriors has it stands right now, absolutely wiping the plane. Let's see if they can continue with this aggression as it stands over here. Massive plays coming in from Reapsie and Crispy. Let's see whether or not we have any other player live right here. And unfortunately, it doesn't look like we do. So we'll just stay on board with Reapsie as Reapsie gets knocked. Crispy gets an elimination, however, so he's looking quite healthy. But a player in his box, and now Crispy on 2 HP. And we still have 6 players alive. Reapsie about to go down over there. And we don't know who this player is, so we can't even jump on board with their POV. But 3rd place for Reapsie and Crispy, as now the 2 anonymous players that had eliminated them keeps that rotation going. Let's see whether or not we get to see them successfully push out of that one over there. And fortunately, just not going to be able to see whose gameplay that was. Hopefully they go back into the lobby. Yo, could we spectate this? Could we spectate this? Okay, so we don't know who won, but it was a 1v1, and we see the anonymous coming to play. So we will see at the end of the break who took that victory royale over there. So massive GGs to everyone in the tournament there. That was juicy. I enjoyed that, guys. I don't know about you guys in the stream. Let's get some hype. Let's enter the giveaway as well. Exclamation mark KO2022 to enter yourself in a 1,000 Rand giveaway, guys. But that was game number 1. We saw Neymar and Woke, rotating in the end game with 100 max only. So Neymar and Woke unfortunately just couldn't continue their top further into the zone. Then were pressured by the zone themselves. So they couldn't really even find themselves successfully walking out of that one. But they did get some eliminations, which is great. They did find themselves in the top 20, I think top 10 maybe, of the teams that were still alive on those rotations. But that Storm Surge scuffed so many players, I can tell you. I mean, if you look at E-Tech and Reapsie, it went almost for an entire full zone. And they just couldn't survive moving zone rotation either. Even if they made it into the zones, they had to deal over 200 damage. But Reapsie and Crispy with the low ground plays, they managed to secure that for themselves. Tried their level best to continue wiping the playing field over there, which was great. We did get to see that, some clutch plays and so forth. But unfortunately, in the end, an SMG is what got Crispy in the back, and he was literally 2 HP. There was no way he was going to survive that, especially with moving zones. He was trying to focus on, blocking the opponent and as well as rotate at the same time. And, we see why rotating is key and why you can't really focus on 2 things at the same time. I don't know what I'm saying. You guys understand what I'm saying, though, I hope. But we'll be right back, guys, after the break. And we'll be looking at the leaderboard as well. So see you guys in just a bit. Okay, we are back with the KO2022 Punishers Duo Cup Finals, and I can say Game 1 was a train in the Smasher, smashing the train. I don't even know. I'm just hyped, guys. I just want to, just be hyped and talk about the most nonsense. And, some of the viewers like Bojo, Neymar, Reapsie, whatever, they like laughing at my commentary because sometimes I just don't know what to say. But, guys, remember the schedule today is going to be 5 games. We did manage to fix that a little bit of an error. Game number 2 will be starting in 5 minutes. So make sure you guys don't go anywhere. Talking about the prize pool for today, guys, and the bragging rights that you guys get, it is 15,000 Rand in total. First place getting 7,000, second place getting 5,000, and third place getting 3,000 Rand. So let's look at that leaderboard that we have on our hands right over here, guys, and we can see exactly what it is all about. So the leaderboard in first place is going to be Chimp and the Curve, and you guys can see that over there. They've managed to get first place with 7 eliminations, and now they're sitting in a total of 70 points. So that is absolutely crazy right over there. So let's give them a huge round of applause because they did so spectacular. And I'll just need to edit something quickly, and then just to fix the placement. There we go. So now we can see their points and everything. So they came 70th. They got 70 points. They also got 64 points in second place. It's going to be Warrior and Les with 7 eliminations. In third is going to be Reapsie and Crispy with 62 points. They managed to get themselves 8 eliminations in third. And then in fourth is going to be Smeg and Savage with 7 eliminations and a 58th place, with fourth place coming into play over there. Altus and Mike Sticks are going to be in fifth, and then in sixth place is going to be Perf and HBK. In seventh place is going to be Zorro and Xylo. In eighth is Martin and Potosh. In ninth is Dan1X and Krushy, and then in 10th is Luca Rakic. So massive GGs to the teams over there who are doing so well, showing their placements off and so forth. So let's give them a good round of applause to win that play over there. But that is the leaderboard, guys, for the top 10 players. So massive GGs to them. Let's see exactly whether or not they can keep this consistency going. If they can, that would be great. I want to jump in call, guys, with Martin, because we did promise them, interview coming in for the finals over here, and we want to speak with them. They're underrated players. So let's see exactly whether or not we can get a chat with Martin right now. Martin, how you doing? Good. You're on stream right now, so yeah, let's just put that out there. But yeah, we wanted to get a chat with you before the tournament started, but unfortunately there just wasn't enough time. Martin and Potosh, you guys are working quite well in this new meta, I would say, in this new season. What has been the game changer for you guys?
I don't know. We just get like a very good drop spot, and we have good mats off spawn.
And are you guys contesting anyone off spawn?
Well, someone was contesting us, but it seems like they didn't contest us this tournament.
Yeah, that's actually
yeah.
crazy. So, your expectations going into finals. I mean, after game number 1, you guys are 8th as an underrated duo and the underdogs coming into this tournament. I mean, that has a lot to say. And this is exactly how you guys started last time. In the semi-finals, very slow, but then you picked up the pace and won the tournament. I mean, what are your expectations going into the next 4 games?
We just hope that we can get the gas station and that we can get mats. And then we hope that we can get top 5 every game.
Top 5. I mean, your main goal right now is that top 3, though. You have to get it. We want to see you guys do well. Izzy's backing you as the underrated. She was so excited. Punish was so excited to see you guys do so well yesterday in the semi-finals. But more so, best of luck for the next 4 games, guys.
Thank you.
Cheers. So, as you guys can see, that is the team coming out from semi-finals victory. They managed to win the tournament, and that was so great to see. But more so now, they're even showing a lot more consistency in their placements and going in 8th place after game number 1. Let's see exactly what they can display for us going into game number 2. We'll keep a close eye on them, on those rotations. If any of the other people don't steal the show from us, but I think Martin and Potosh is here to do exactly that. Guys, game number 1 should be starting anytime soon. Let's see exactly whether or not we can jump on board with the gameplay and maybe try get some off-spawn kills in our hands over there. So I'm going to jump on the gloves let's go jump on board with the Ethan and Aviva, because we did see the team also pull through a couple 2 eliminations for themselves. Let's see exactly whether or not they will be able to do that right over there. Jumping in on the gameplay. So going over into game number 2, guys, what do you guys expect? What are you guys more excited? I need the chat to answer me. What do you guys think about the gameplays going into the tournaments, etc.? So a couple people already over here, guys. You can see Ethan and Aviva off spawn, not contesting anyone. We go over to Altus and as well as Mike Sticks to see what's happening over there. It doesn't look as if they are being contested as well. So very much great for themselves. Guys, we want to get that off spawn action. We want to see what's happening in the areas. Let's go see if maybe Reapsie and them have some action shown to themselves. It doesn't look like it as well. It does look like he's very much uncontested at the area of Sanctuary. Maybe Bojo and Zakis can somewhat show us their gameplay, and we get to see if they're going to be in an off-spawn fight. Doesn't look like that is the case either. Guys, we're just going to be shuffling, going through the POVs that we do have, and maybe one of these guys will be fighting off spawn. And if we can get that going, that would be great to see coming out from the Fortnite community. But as it stands, there's Martin and Patosh actually fighting right now. So let's go jump on board with their POV and see exactly what the plays are going to be for them. So jumping over to Martin and Patosh. Hopefully they haven't gotten both eliminations just yet. And they have, unfortunately. The team, the underrated underdogs in the cup over here, guys. Really showing themselves to the party over here. And you can see that Rocky Reels being exactly the spot where they will be contesting and jumping off spawn. But what a spectacular play coming out from the team. Does look like maybe Garage is being taken. Tries to get a snipe. Tries to get a couple tags on. Unfortunately, they won't be able to do so. And with the new sniper, the airdrop is just terrible. And you can see they want, you know, the gas station to themselves so that they can farm that metal, because it is crucial to rotate with max mats. I mean, we saw Neymar and, you know, Woke rotating unsuccessfully in endgame, and that's costed their placement. That costed their eliminations going into game number 1. So hopefully game number 2, Neymar and Woke can work on that, can work on their rotations to better their further endgame point of view, so forth. So now Gubs and Ace will just go on their POV, see what's happening and what's going to go. Good news is that we got Rejects and Travis in game number 3 too. So let's see exactly what will be happening over there. And for those of you guys who are just joining us here today, remember there is a giveaway, but you have to be in stream, and the giveaway will be drawn at random. We won't announce when the giveaway will be happening. We'll be seeing the chat, see whether or not you guys will be around for the giveaway to redeem it. If you guys are not around, you got a minute, and if that minute is up, we'll be redrawing the next giveaway. So the next person in the giveaway. So yeah, make sure you guys are staying in the stream if you guys want to win yourself a juicy 1,000 rand EFT cash to your bank account or whatever the case may be. So jumping on board with Glubs and Ace right now, you can see on the visuals couple of shots happening west of them. Hopefully they can get in on that third party action. Talking about Glubs and Ace right now, guys, Glubs has a giveaway that is currently happening for anyone who wants to enter. You go over to Glub's Twitter and you guys can enter in the giveaway over there. You click the link, and then what happens from the giveaway is you simply just follow all the information over there. But Glubs is currently in a fight and he gets that elimination, which is successful. A player in the box, he gets those 2 eliminations off spawn. Fantastic, well done to him over there. Glubs is a sexy man for that. And let's go jump on board with the players, Bojo and Zakis. Bojo, who was in the USA for quite a bit, guys, is now back in South Africa or Namibia and competing in the South African scene, trying to get the most out of the competitive scene. And you know what? Without playing with South Africans for quite a while, he's gone to chose Zakis to be his duo. And Zakis and Bojo have some history together. They won the best of the best Punishers trio tournament Yes, it is trios, but they did do well in that tournament together. And, you know, let's see exactly what this means for their finals right now and what they can be doing. Potentially, hopefully, they will be doing a lot better than game number one. As game number one, they came 17th place, but they had 4 eliminations going into the end game. So they did extremely well on that part of zone. Let's see whether or not they can continue rotating into this one over here. So couple very tough information for them, but yeah, we can see exactly what that will be looking like going into the next games. A couple people already fighting each other quite often. I mean, we're down to 75 players as it stands right now, and that is very saucy for them. Neymar and Woke with 1 elimination at hand, and you can see everyone finding himself on top of gas stations, farming on top of petrols, you know, farming or whatever, shops farming, just trying to get as much metal as possible because that is what's needed. But the team looking very much happy right now, and hopefully they get a refresh going into endgame. Maybe a little bit too passive out from Neymar and Woke game number one, because no mats again costed their entire game one placement, etc. Bayern has much ammo and as well as needed, because you can already see he's got that gold SMG, and there's a team on him right now just boxed outside Greasy. And I think what they really want is to camp the card over here at the restaurant to make sure nobody gets rebooted, nobody's in their way of placement, etc. So that guy disengaging now, not really holding onto Greasy. I mean, who would be contesting, you know, the likes of Bojo, the likes of Neymar, the likes of Reapsie, the likes of Clubs, etc. No, those guys are doing so well. And talking about who's doing well, Luka Rakic is also in the top 10, and he hasn't been playing competitive or even Fortnite for the longest time, or from 1 month. So, I mean, crazy stuff happening with them. Let's go jump on board with Reapsie, see what their POV is looking like, whether or not they were successful fully off spawn, and maybe nobody came into their rotation or path. It doesn't look like nobody rotated him. That player build! Oh my god, Reapsie with the aim. And unfortunately that guy took 100 damage in total. A couple shots happening behind him as well. So, I mean, third party could potentially come into play, but it doesn't look like the team's looking to be too aggressive as it stands. Crispy, and they're just rotating on the edge of zone. Shots left and right to them, but they will get into zone quickly, or the safe part of zone. Right now in these highlights, rotating. Does look like he spots a Spider-Man, so he wants to make sure to get that over there. Hopefully he's able to use it and get it over there. Clubs and Ace looking to be finding themselves in a fighting position. They got about 47 seconds to make the rotation out of here, because the zone will be rotating in. So this looks quite tough. I mean, already Clubs took a hefty amount of damage, and Ace is all alone on height. He needs to get to Ace right now. Unfortunately, Ace gets knocked, so he won't be able to be in that position of fighting. Hopefully he's able to just disengage from this situation. Trying to get into a vehicle, but he gets beamed. Now Clubs on a lot of pressure, gets into the car, uses boost to get out of there. And it does look like he will tire burst, and this is Fast and Furious. Storm Surge coming into play as well for game number 2, Zone 1. But it does look like only one player needs to be eliminated from here. So many heals for Snubs to stay in the zone and potentially even reboot Ace over here. So we won't put any pressure on them. We won't have any eyes on the team right now. In fact, we'll go over to Martin to see exactly what is happening over there. And you can see 2 eliminations. He's safe, he's sound, he's looking good going into the end game. Already boxed up. But guys, somebody there we couldn't really potentially see. Game number 1 was Adrian and Venom. But we do see them this time around alive and healthy going into the zones over here. So let's see exactly what will be happening with the next form of rotations for Adrian. But yeah, Adrian and them, if you guys are just joining us, they came first in the semifinals 1. You know, putting them as the underrated underdogs in the tournament. We'll be having a chat with Adrian going into game number 3. So make sure you guys stick around for that one as well, as you guys get to hear from new players in the competitive scene looking to make a name for themselves in this one over here. They are also being targeted in some way, form, or matter. And we do see that threat go up and down, but it does look like everything will be great for them right now. But Rejects and Travis is somebody that we couldn't see completely game number 1. And you can see his name over there. So it says he didn't get into game number 1. That is very, very unfortunate. Losing in a whole total points that they could have had, you know, in a game. Now they need to bring it back from game number 2 to try win it and, you know, try win this tournament. They look like the successors coming into this tournament. So let's see exactly how they can bring it back with only 4 games at hand. So I want you guys get a couple predictions in chat. I want you guys to type out who you guys think will be winning the entire tournament. Let's see what your guys' predictions are going to be for that one. Swizzy gets a knock onto SA Furious. And remember, Swizzy and Moabs just came top 25 semi 1 over there. Rejects with an absolute beam onto his body. Down to 50 HP. Luckily, he does have a flopper as well as Chuck Splashes to get back to a decent amount of HP. So it should be great. And remember, if anyone is in the chat who's just joining us, if you guys would like to win yourself 1,000 Rand, make sure to message friends. Make sure to their friends message friends, because everyone is welcome for a giveaway of 1,000 Rand cash. So make sure you guys are doing exactly that. I want you guys to get hype for the giveaway. It's 1,000 Rand to a viewer in the chat. You don't need to do anything else. You guys just need to watch the stream, vote, and predict your guys' best, you know, teams, who you guys are supporting, etc. Get loud for them, because that's what we are here for. It's the hype from you guys. It's why we do this on the regular. So make sure you guys are getting involved over there as much as you guys can. Jumping on board with Extinct, and then you can see him being focused quite a bit. I mean, his duos has already died out of this one over here. So unfortunately, we won't have that. And Extinct just rotating in and around, trying to not get focused. I mean, he doesn't even have that much mats at hand. Only 90 golds to utilize for himself. That's going to be quite tricky. So Extinct just using his rotations, using what he has at hand to try and make the next couple of plays. Reapsie and E-Take obviously looking a lot more active than they did previous game. I mean, I would too. I mean, the Storm Surge that was present on them, I mean, the threshold that they needed to deal was immaculate. I mean, getting 400 damage in endgame rotation just was not feasible, was not seeable. So let's go jump on board, guys, with Fate and Inferno to see what's happening with their rotations, how things are looking like for them. They got 1 elimination, and however, on 150 HP together, 62 players remain. Storm 4 surge is likable to happen. Let's see exactly whether or not that will be coming in. And Reapsie just got an elimination, but E-Tech did get knocked. Let's go back onto their POV to see if they're going to get focus in some way, form, or matter. We want to see that happening. What's the play over there? And you can see Claw and Cypher getting those eliminations onto Reapsie and E-Tech. And we just missed that action, chat. We just missed that POV completely. So that was very unfortunate coming out from them. Does look like the team, Ethan and Aviva, are trying to make their way through builds, trying to break themselves through enemy territory. And at the same time, maybe potentially looking to get themselves an elimination, but they don't need it, right? They have 788 damage above. Ethan and them do look great for the endgame to come. But does Spicy and Silo have, enough damage for the endgame to come? Are they still even alive? And no, they're not. They are eliminated and they're not finding themselves going into the endgame. Septic and Oaken, are they around? Are they in the endgames? It does look like they are going to be in the endgames. And with 59 damage above, I think they will be safe, as that number of 53, 54 players seems to be decreasing quite rapidly. But Storm Surge may potentially happen. But at this point, I don't think, that Storm Surge is going to be any hectic than the first game which we got to spectate. Does look like the team has themselves a free supply drop that is going to come into play for them. So they're going to be happy with that one. I mean, they're going to have a launch pad and everything to rotate into the fourth zone. I mean, they can even potentially just use their materials to rotate in. But they're going to wait for that launch pad to drop down. They see a player, they crack the player, maybe even potentially just double key that, but again, not really the key play to do so. Now they finally get their supply drop. And there we go, they also got chug splashes in which they can carry, and I feel that should be just for them to heal, because they are on 150 HP, so good call from them to do so. And then one of the players will be using the rotations, etc. Zaki's right now trying to rotate in, so is Bojo. Does look like they're happily and comfortably in the next zone right here. So let's see whether or not they can stay consistent. POV kind of laggy coming out from Bojo, but I think it'll do for the meantime. Kind of getting a couple beams right here. Oh, players white! This is a good refresh. And they can see maybe even Bojo trying to make a play for that one. But instead, you'll play it out safe and not go full in for the W key. So Bojo and Zaki's playing it out for the end game over here. 45 players remaining. That first zone rotation is going to form in 5 seconds. So let's see exactly where the next sort of zone is pulled for the team right now. That is a max pool. I don't know if maybe Zaki's has a launch pad in the back pocket or whatever, but the only form of rotations that the team looks to be having right now is Red Peppers. But they're going in for the W key and maybe even potentially a refresh over here, but players are ready making those rotations in. Zaki's gets knocked over here, and you can see now Bojo going in for maybe a rescue, but it doesn't look like that's going to be happening, and we'll let Bojo rotate with no pressure on him to go into the further parts of that end game over there. We saw Neymar and Woke with quite arguably the worst mat counts to exist over there, but this time around they're much happy. And And I can tell you, maybe that rotation of a controller top is going to be Reapsie and Chris, because they did something similar in the end game over there. Whoa, needs to jump in. I mean, Neymar needs to jump in over there to chase away the enemy. But doesn't look like they will be able to get the revive on Woke, unfortunately, as Woke lands in the wrong builds. And Neymar is just going to play this one out safe. Get the refresh and everything out from the team. So he has a decent amount of chug splashes, but now Neymar needs to rotate as a solo. He's got 500 builds to his name, and maybe he pulls off a miracle play for his team, and they get so much more points going into game 2. But if game 2 plays out, you know, as expected, where he's going to die in one of these rotations, then they only have 3 games to really go all out and dominate in the games over there. But Reapsie, Crispy, no kills, 805 damage above, so they look very much happy about this one over there. They don't really need to look at any other eliminations, but their AR count is quite horrendous, and running, you know, double elimination, a double rapid ammunition or fire rate or whatever the case may be, is going to be quite tough for him, as he only has 1 clip on his MK17. Going to need to do a lot more going into the thing. Rejects and Travis didn't get into game number 1, so they needed to make sure that game number 2 is where they absolutely popped off. Player jumped straight in the box, but that is a wrong move to do as you are jumping into Rejects and Travis box over there. But no, both players get eliminated at 14th place, and I thought it was enough damage for the team, and unfortunately we just don't get to watch that play out for Travis and Rejects over there. Martin and Patok find themselves already eliminated, so unfortunately that's not the play coming up from them, as well as Adrian and Venom finding themselves eliminated. So it was very, very sad plays coming out. Septic and Oaken alive in this one over here, but it's just Oaken who's going to be making the rotations as a solo. We all know how that goes to play. Let's go jump on board with Gloves and Ace. I do believe Gloves and Ace didn't manage to get that revive in play, so let's see whether or not we can get any other underdogs in their POV, just to give them a bit of a view before we jump on board with Reapsie and Crispy. And it doesn't even look like some of the underdogs are going to be alive. Is Neymar still alive? Maybe he's pulling off a miraculous play, and unfortunately he gets eliminated at 12th place and does not get to live that one out. So we're just going to go jump on board with Reapsie and Crispy. And no, Reapsie and Crispy also dead. So we don't have any POVs for you guys. Unfortunately, we just do not. Maybe Altus and Mike Stick. Nope, they have died as well. And that is a GG's, man. We won't be able to watch Endgame as everyone has died out. Let's go check if Septic is alive. Yeah, Septic. So unfortunately, not alive, but we get to see the end game. And it's Morgan Pepper with the rotations. He's using his heals in zone while everyone else around him is getting in that damage. Let's see exactly who's still alive in this one. A couple anonymous players making the rotation right here. You see a couple Spider-Mans. So happy with this one. And unfortunately, we get dragged out of that game as well. So we won't be able to see their play. And yeah, Bojo is eliminated as well. So, guys, that one was a bit of a sticky one. We couldn't see endgame, man. And I was looking forward to it. But Neymar had died early. Reapsie had died early. Rejects and Travis got out at 14. Yeah, so sticky one for us over there. Septic, unfortunately, couldn't even stay in the game all the way to the end. And we lose all the hype for game number 2, guys, to see who wins that one and how things get played out. But it is unfortunate. These are the circumstances of not having replay mode or not having the spectator tool. But we do what works, right? And we try to give you guys as much hype as we can possibly. But remember, guys, not to go anywhere, not to worry about things, as we are going to go into a break. But we'll be right back with some more action. Game number 3 of Spawn Juiciness. And then we'll be looking at, you know, a leaderboard as well on where players are standing for that one. But remember, guys, if you guys want to enter into the 1,000 Rand giveaway, exclamation mark KO2022 is what you guys would need to enter. And then let's see exactly how many entries we have in that one over there. Make sure to keep spamming, keep entering. Tell your friends to do so. We'll see you guys in just a bit for the break. Just do the last game, just the last game. I'm gonna go tell Jade not to start. Okay, yeah. Share, I'll tell you. So put it in the replay folder. This guy Hey guys, and we are back for the gameplay. Let's see exactly what we can do with the game number 3. Hopefully we do have a lot more perspectives going into the finals. I mean, who would expect like Neymar to go out early, Travis to go out early, Reapsie to go out early, as well as even Bojo. So I mean, we had almost all our pro players who had died before top 10, and that left us with literally no POVs to go into the final rounds of game number 2. But that's fine. We've got game number 3 is just about to stop. But before we do go into game number 3, guys, let's look at that leaderboard. So you can see right now, Chimp and the Cov are in first place over there with 138 points, winning back-to-back games. And then Smeg and Savage are in second with 126 points. Warrior and Les are third with 120. Reapsie and Crispy are fourth with 102. Perf and HBK are 5th with a 98. Altus and Mike Sticks are 6th with 88. Septic and Oaken are 7th with 82. Zorro and Xylo are 9th with 78. And then in 10th place is going to be Light CK and Spooky Boss. So that is going to wrap up your top 10 over there. And then, yeah, you can even see going further down the top 13 players over there. So that's pretty intense, guys. But let's go jump on board with game number 2. Number 3. So Martin and Potosh have been fighting somewhat off spawn. Let's get their POV to see whether or not they have the same battles happening for them yet again. You can see he's playing out cautious and playing out safe for the meantime. Let's see whether or not he can get some eliminations right now. Nice tag with the snipe coming off from Martin. Look at his packet loss, quite high over there, but he's going to be coming back down on packet loss right now as it stands, getting in as much ammo. And remember, this team doesn't have any heals right now, but they have the chug splashes as well as big pots in order to use. Going to get some cover in behind over here, and 2 big pots, so Potosh and Martin can potentially take this fight on 150 HP. We're down to already 80 players per game. Number 3, that meant, you know, a couple of people dying of spawn, etc. Nice. It's up to 190 HP, so that's really good. That's what you want to see and love right now. So right now, game number 3 going into play. Let's see exactly where these guys go. But let's talk about that leaderboard, guys, just for a bit. Meg and Savage in second place, guys. We would never have imagined that in a mile, but the question comes down to is whether they can stay consistent or not, and we're gonna have to see that going into, you know, third game, fourth game, etc., to see if they can continue with the consistency. Neymar and Woke, they are 8th place and they're not that far off from, you know, first, but they would need to be very consistent game 3, 4, 5 to win the tournament. I'm talking about coming first, second, first maybe, if they want to even win the tournament. And it's possible. They can do that. But for Travis and Rejects right now, they can throw the ball out of the court, if that makes sense, because game 2, without loading into game 1 and having a 0-point game over there, game 2, they needed a lot more than 14th place and a couple kills. They needed to pop off miraculously over there in order to win the tournament over here. But you know, like, we have 5 games, and if you win 3 out of the 5, you guys can see yourself winning the tournament. Are we gonna be seeing the biggest comeback in, you know, Fortnite history? Well, only time can tell when we jump on board with their gameplay in the end game for round number 3. But more so on the other point of view, guys, Luca, who was in the top positions game number 1. Unfortunately, Luca will find himself in 17th place, so he won't be winning that one over there, so that is to be unfortunate. Now, right now, Luca just trying to get in a couple damages, trying to do as much as he can, and Storm keeping that height. Luca getting in with the cart over here, not really doing any movement at all, so gonna spin now on foot. So yeah, Travis and Rejects with just that one game at hand, They got 5 eliminations and 14th place. So imagine the numbers, guys, if they've managed to get all the way into endgame and like a top 2 or even a first with that much eliminations at 14th place, would have been crazy. Lazy gets eliminated and Lazy's out from Namibia. Now Luca is literally on 1 HP over here. He's going to try to take a 50 peek edit over there. Instead, going to heal up right now, which is really great. Once Tontesho's out of the picture, there's a 50-50 between the two enemies right now. Using some chug splashes, it does look like both players will be back to 200 HP. Trying to just get as much as he can right here. Let's see whether or not he can get the revive. But for the competitor, he could have easily gotten, you know, the revive over there. There is another player here, if I'm not mistaken, who's now come to third party. So Luca needs to just get out of there. Let's see what happens here with Luca. Oh, and unfortunately gonna find himself eliminated by Adrian as well as the Venom. So that is GG's in the books. Let's go over to Gloves and Ace. See what's happening over there and how things are looking like. But it's fine. We won't watch Gloves and Ace right now. We'll watch them in the end games. See what happens. See how they can pop off. But for Travis and Rejects, right now off spawn looks fine for them at Condo Canyon. They've seemed to survive off spawn with no eliminations at all. So not getting contested over there. But Adrian and Venom are still in some fight as they do get a knock on one of the players. So let's go jump on board with their POV over there just to see exactly what's happening and how things are looking like for them. It does look like they get the full team wipe as it stands right now. So they will be happy with that one. And they have a launch pad to get into zone. So that should be great for Adrian and Venom all in all. Oh, if only got the wall in, would have been a perfect piece control. And all this duo is trying to do is try get that card back. But Venom and Adrian are not allowing that, and I assume a lot of mats has already been used. And has damage too onto Adrian as he picks up quite a bit over there. But look at that, guys. 4 eliminations onto the team. Dan LaRusso getting eliminated. Done and dusted. They go back into the lobby to look at what they can do better going into the end games over there. It does look like Spicy and them have been eliminated, so unfortunately we won't be able to see any of that gameplay. And the way things have been turning out at Greasy, I wouldn't be surprised to see if maybe the team gets contested over there. But they're already out of Greasy, no eliminations at hand, making those rotations successfully right there. As well as getting a couple Spider-Mans, if I do believe so. So now they will just get out of that POV and onto the next rotation there. So Prizepool and Vunene have also been in this tournament. And they've survived off spawn continuously, but they haven't stacked in a couple points. And remember, guys, if you guys want to check out the giveaway for Clubs, go over to Clubs Twitter and check the giveaway tweet. Click on the link and then follow all the steps in the giveaway. If you guys want to win yourself a Kulu Master CK530 V2 as well as a $50 PayPal, make sure to use hashtag giveaway with Clubs, or even find the tweet with hashtag giveaway with Clubs. It is that simple. So yeah, make sure you guys do that exactly, and then let's see what happens, what goes into play. But yeah, it's been crazy. The tournament has been electrifying. Game 1 was crazy what we had on our hands, but Game 2 even more so was more spectacular. I would add to that because I mean a lot of the players that we have high hopes for had been eliminated quite early. So it gives it gives a story, a line over there. Like a chapter to read about and talk about going into the tournament, etc. On what they could potentially do. These guys need to now bring it back from behind and try win the tournament and try be more consistent than the guys that have won back to back, like the Calvin Chim, who have done miraculously great for themselves game 1 and game 2. Let's see exactly what they can do going into the further games over there. But right now, Paul has always Vunene. They're gonna camp the players on rotation over here, but they're very far out and going on the right side or left side of Vunene, so they won't even be able to get any damage on there. And I would suggest that they let them rotate even in, because they themselves need to stop making those rotations themselves. So that is a good decision and play coming out from the team over there. So really great. Pardon me, I just need to fix this NDI. There we go. So Bojo and Zaki's right now in a fight. Let's see exactly what they can do for themselves right here. Does look like they will be taking it slow and not getting in a lot of the action. Just gonna be waiting for the next strategic move from the team to decide whether they want to push it or not. But a couple people outside over here, you can see by visuals, are getting heavily focused. A lot of damage. Spider-Man swings. The mat count on Bojo is quite bad. I mean, maybe he relied a lot on the kill that he needed right now to get to get a bit of a refresh. That would be so spectacular for them, but doesn't look like it's actually going to be happening. And the more they wait in the box, the more passive they play, the more enemies come around. And the more enemies come around, the more focus you get trying to box fight somebody. So right now, Bojo and them are going to be in a sticky situation going into the end game. They do have quite a bit of rotation. As you guys can see, 8 red chili peppers as well as a launch pad. So definitely going to be amazing to see how they can pull this one out in terms of winning the games over there. Because quite frankly, it's going to be a difficult one indeed. Ooh, Septic and Oaken getting knocked over here and getting in a couple damages. So let's see exactly what's going to be happening right now. Oaken trying to get the revive, but unfortunately, with just one wall in between them, they won't be able to. And that's Martin and Potosh. Martin trying to hop in a couple loot, but you can see now even more players coming involved over there to get the full eliminations on them, and they get done and dusted. So Septic and Oaken not having the greatest of days for them, as they do get eliminated quite early in the game. Martin and Potosh seem to not stop over here as they continue to focus other players in the area and getting in the damage. But look at that, already 2 eliminations for the team. Hopefully they get to be more successful towards endgame as well, because they have a lot to prove for us why they're the underdogs and why they can come out on top. Because I mean, that is the theory, right? Like, a lot of people assume that the underdog has the advantage because we expect less from them. So let's see exactly what Martin and Potosh can, prove for themselves. Vagrant and Slain chilling in the center of zone, which is great and all, but what's even more amazing is that loadout. Purple SMG, gold SMG, gold striker pump. Like, the amount of damage that could be implicated over here, guys, could be amazing for Vagrant and Slain right now. Let's hope that, the next rotations that come into play for them is great, because if they can get into endgame and hit their shots, they can honestly get a lot of the knocks and eliminations, because endgame rotations have always been scuffed for everyone, whether you name or woke or whatever the case may be, and everyone touches that zone, and each second in the zone is 10 damage HP done and dusted. So really, like a good pump on one of the players who are rotating, and maybe even an SMG spray, means that the players have 100 blue but like 40 white or whatever the case may be. So really, hopefully they get into the end game. They must spare themselves some ammo. He does have 268, so he's kind of chilling right now. Milky and Ved in this position. Lane gets an elimination in the kill feed. Right now, just sitting in cones. "51 players remaining, 7 seconds until that zone closes in. And we'll be seeing the 4th zone, or the 50-50 zone, I mean. And let's see exactly what happens. Milky and Ved now need to rotate a max rotation. They do have spider webs. They have as well a launch pad. But spider webbing in the early stages right now means that a lot of the attention will be centered around them. So honestly, if they want to rotate and spare some mats, use the launch pad now. Then use the spider web slings, going into the moving zones. Because it would be much more better than to do so. That's exactly what the play comes out from Moki and Ved over there, but I can tell that they're very much excited to be here in the finals to try set a name for themselves. Hopefully this game means something for them, and hopefully we get to see that, but more so, we want to see that redemption come into play for either Travis, Neymar, and Reapsie. Reapsie still very much in the open to win the tournament, etc. He's quite high up on the leaderboard. But there goes Ved down and dusted, and now Spooky using a launch pad only on 106 HP. He's going to rotate in the sky, but luckily for him, nobody's going to focus on that. And he's going to just rotate successfully into the zone right now, which is exactly what you want to see. Gets his wall taken, a good pump onto him. Now it just comes down to movement and can't get that edit in. And ooh, he almost gets eliminated and gets shot now, but unfortunately he will not remain alive. And Moki and Ved get eliminated. They get sent back to the lobby. Let's go jump on board with Adrian and Venom to see exactly what's happening with their gameplay and how things are looking out for them. I mean, 4 eliminations off spawn. They come into this end game quite hot. I mean, they also have the mythic MK. I wonder if Reapsie and them is still alive, because with the mythic MK being in the back pocket of the team over there, that is questionable. I mean, why they didn't loot up the mythic weapon. But you can see Crispy and Reapsie very much alive, very much happy with that one. Their mat counts are not looking too great, as they have 270 metal, 160 brick. And the first moving zone hasn't gone into play, but they do have Red Peppers as well, has a launch pad, so they don't have too much to stress about right now. Who do you guys think is going to win game number 3? Get in those recommendations. We got Reapsie alive, we got Adrian alive. I don't think we got Neymar and them alive, unfortunately. We won't be able to be seeing them over there, and it does look like as well as Rejects and them have been dead. So unfortunately, Rejects and Travis, they definitely can't make a redemption. They cannot make a comeback with 3 games in the dustbin over there. Unfortunately, they just won't be able to make the next form of gameplays available for themselves. Let's see what they make of game number 4 and 5. Maybe a major comeback to 3. I don't know. That's possible, but it would need magic and a miracle to make it happen. Slang gets another elimination. They're doing successfully well on their rotations, and with that good loadout that they did have, and I did mention, you know, dealing that damage will be so nice for them. He does try to get a double edit, but unfortunately the code not being theirs right there. So Martin and Potosh just trying to keep up with the rotations right now. They need to make sure to get into zone, and they're just using the web slings to do so indeed. And they find themselves rotating into a launch pad, but now onto 17 HP. Martin finds himself quite low and needs to heal up if he wants to use that launch pad. Yeah, but now again Martin broken. Finding himself in enemy territory means that they cannot reset builds as they wish to. Trying to get a pump, but unfortunately they miss, and now it's 2 players onto Martin. Martin needs to try get out of this position and try heal up, but Tosh is also quite low, and these players are not giving up. It's a good pump from the enemy, and they get them in, they get them taken out, and Martin and Potosh are having a tough one to follow. Going over to Reapsie and his duo Crispy. Let's see exactly what source they are up to right now. They've dealt the damage, but unfortunately not the elimination count over there. And you can see Crispy trying to get in a couple heals as needed right there. Will they be able to continue with the rotations with 22 players alive still on the moving zones right here? Light CK takes out an enemy, so he's still doing quite well going into game number 3. Will they continue with the triumph of Spooky and CK? There's the enemies getting done and dusted. Low ground warriors in this tournament over here. Weatherwood Psycho for height. You don't see them doing that this time around. Reapsie and Crispy playing it very safe on the rotations, making sure to claim low ground, and then absolutely getting the broom and mop and cleaning the entire lobby over there. You can see Crispy trying to get in as much damage over here. Here comes a knock from Reapsie as he does so indeed get that one over there and confirmed. And now look at that total count of eliminations, now sitting on 7+ kills for game number 3. So this is very much looking like a major game for them, and if they stay consistent like they have been in game number 1, 2 and 3, then this is definitely looking quite well for the team as it stands right here. And there's now down to 2 players. It's a 2v2. Let's see exactly what goes into play for the team right over here. Does look like Reapsie gets down. It's just a beam for beam, and I think really the team that wins this one yet again, guys, it has to be Chimp, it has to be the Cub. with the skins that they have right there. Fantastic gameplay out from Reapsie. You can see 8 eliminations comes in from them, and they absolutely did so well to get into that position over there. So yeah, great stuff, guys. We're liking the gameplay. We want to see more of those going into the game 4 and 5 that we have over here. Kicking off 2022 Punisher Duo Cup is almost coming to an end, and game 4 is just about to get into play right now. So let's get a GG's in the chat for everyone who is here for us, who is hyped for that Reapsie performance. And remember, guys, if you guys want to enter the giveaway of 1,000 Rand cash, !KO2022 is going to enter you into that giveaway. And you guys can enter that right now while we enter into the break. And if the sound of the music is too loud, guys, take the YouTube volume and put it soft yourselves, because I just don't know how to volume mix on VMix right now. So if you guys are complaining that the background music is a bit too loud, do me a favor and just turn the volume down, and then when I come back, turn the volume back up, because that's exactly what we need from you guys. But you guys, we'll see you guys just soon. Yeah. broadcast. Oh, yeah. Yeah, okay, cool. Sure. Yeah? Cool. Okay. And we are back, guys, for the fourth game of the leaderboard. And when I tell you some of these things are looking amazing, they are indeed. But let's go and look at that leaderboard because you'll see exactly why I say so. I was correct to say that in first place is Chimp with another win, guys. They have 3 for 3 right now. I don't think this has ever happened in a duos tournament where we've had this much placements coming out from a team. Smeg and Savage. What is happening over there? Smeg and Savage in second with 186 points. They have 18-point difference to Reapsie and Crispy. Reapsie and Crispy have been so consistent. I mean, their average placement is 4.7. Their eliminations is 6.3. What could go wrong for this team? They need to bring it back for game number 4 and hopefully win that one over there. But their consistency is showing on the charts. In fourth place, guys, is Piv and HBK with 146 points. In fifth is Altus and Mike 6. In sixth is Warrior Les. Now, Warrior Les had such a great game. And they came second, they came fourth. But in game number 3, they came 23rd with no eliminations. And that dropped them down all the way to 6th place. But that doesn't mean that the tournament's out of the pocket because it's only one bad game and they can bring it back. We've seen one bad game from Reapsie and they're still in top 3. Zorro is in 7th. Morgan Pepper is in 8th. Spooky, Boss and CK is in 9th. Martin and Potosh remain in their top 10 positions. But I believe, guys, that game, some people... Now I believe, guys, that the game has started. So we'll go jump on board with some of the players and see what's happening from their POVs, etc. Just to jump in over there. So we can see Martin already off spawn. And it does try to get a quick snipe on the player. And now as well has a beam. And it does crack one of them. Hopefully can continue with the consistency. This is game number 4, guys. Let's go and see what is happening right there. Does look like the team wants to go full force with the W key. They don't want the team to disengage from this situation. And you can see where they lie right now. White on the player. 40 damage right now. Marty with the pump at hand, trying to get in. The player gets coned, and it's time for him as he does get pumped over there. And it's now just the one player who tries to rotate with the vehicle out, but a quick explosion, and that's done and dusted. Pick off spawn, and a dance coming out from Martin, but he can't do too much with the fire in and around him right over there. But successfully winning there a battle of spawn is exactly what we want. It is the hype we want to see. Rejects and Travis also in their game number 4. But now with Rejects and Travis missing out on game 1 and 2, and then dying, well, missing out on game 1, then dying quite early, game 2 and 3, means that they need to do so much going into this game. They need to get 20 kills and a win. Could they potentially walk out with it? Let's see whether or not they can. But looting up here off spawn, it does look like they're going to loot up successfully and not to worry about anything. Bojo and Zaki's at Sleepy Sound haven't been doing too well. I mean, if you look at the average placements, they are 13th place right now, and the average placement is 16th place with only 3.3 eliminations, and then points per match has been 25. So really, they need to pull up their socks. They need to pick up a lot more consistency for themselves, and maybe they can then push themselves into that top 5 position, top 10 position with the game 4 and game 5 at hand over there. And then for Glubs and Ace, guys, Glubs and Ace had so great semifinals too going into play for them. I mean, the average placement looking at is 23 for them this time around, with only 2 eliminations per match, which is a GG's. Unfortunately, that is what happens when we're in the finals and we have the best of the best playing among each other. But let's see what happens going into the final games of, you know, Glubs and Ace and them. Hopefully they're able to pull a rabbit out of a hat and bring it back with some gameplay. I mean, already you can see he has 1 elimination, 69 plays remaining in game number 4. And the games have been so consistent with, you know, these guys over here. So we have, you know, game 1 being a 92 players, game 2 being 95 players, game 3 being 92 players. So really, I've been enjoying how things have been looking like for us on the competitive finals that we have over here, and some of the players taking a bit more serious. But I'd like to hear your guys' recommendations. I want you guys to comment. If you guys are in the if you guys are in the stream, comment right now. What do you guys really want as a structure going into tournaments? Some people are saying, let's do invite only, and then we do report rounds on the open qualifiers. That way, it's so much more competitive. That way, it's so much more better for the tournaments going into play and so forth. What do you guys think should be the formal structure of a tournament going into the future? Because I'd like to hear, you know, from the community that supports Fortnite, that likes to watch these competitive finals and so forth. What do you guys generally feel about the tournaments at hand right there? So already Potash and them picking up another 2 extra kills, which is amazing to see. Reapsie and them are going to be here off spot at the place. They open a bounty right now, and they look to be safe and sound for themselves. So they will be able to make those rotations in either way. Swizzy and Moabs, I think and I believe, are at Sleepy Sound in around the area, and you can see them just walking out right over there. So they're quite safe on their sound. Adrian, who did get a decent amount of eliminations quite earlier, are in this position looking quite good. So they have 2 eliminations as well off spawn. So you can see Venom picking up those 2 eliminations over there. So successfully, well, GG's to them for doing that over there. So right now, Adrian, just outside what seems to be a disengaged area or just a build battle in some way, form, or matter. So let's see exactly what happens now going into the rotations for the team. Dan Loroso gets himself an elimination, which is great for him over there. So successfully well done. And then we look at everything else and we see the teams, you know, trying to do the most they can right there. Oh, he just got lucky with the beams. Lazy gets eliminated and gets a crack on the other competitor. This is an easy call to W key. If they do not make the player to W key this right now, then they will miss out on so many more eliminations. Now sitting on 3, Adrian picks up his first one of the day for game number 4. So let's see exactly what will be happening now. Venom going in aggressively without second doubt on what is the play over here. But he knows exactly what's needed from him. Mustn't use too much of the ammunition on the W Keen over here. They should try use their pickaxes and try reclaim some walls. So we stick on board here, guys, with Adrian and Venom to see how they can play this one out. Reapsie gets elimination in the kill feed, so that's successfully well done to see from him right there. Storm fighting right now, but they lucky to have, you know, those chug splashes as well as medkits to even be doing this right here. And even if the Storm does get the knock over there, I don't think they've done the damage to, you know, get the elimination count from Fortnite. They managed to disengage. We'll go over to another POV right now. See what's happening with Gloves and Ace. And it does look like we're just tuning at the perfect time as they get one elimination over there. Knock and Ace jumps straight into the box. No hesitation whatsoever. Gets the second elimination. But they're sitting on 6 now. 7 eliminations, chat. So they're definitely trying to make somewhat of a comeback. But it might just be too late to even make it into top 5 positions over there. But going out with a bang is so much better than going out with, you know, dying of thorn or even quitting the tournament. Talking about quitting the tournament, guys, if you guys do quit this tournament, I'd like to advise you guys that you guys will not be taking part in our next finals. So if you guys did play game 1, did play game 2, but quit game 4 off game 5, you will not be taking part in our next finals. We'll keep a red list, or we'll keep like, yeah, a black list of all the players that quit the tournament. And if you guys qualify to finals or whatever the case may be, we'll give it over to the next position. We Are Tired has tournament organizers, sponsors of, you know, people who slack in finals, who don't play all 5 games, and will be disregarding your guys' points, your guys' finals, etc. So make sure, if you guys want to play in the next tournament, make sure you play all 5 games, guys. Just saying. E-Take with a knock onto Martin. Let's go jump on Martin immediately to see exactly what's happening over there, or even Reapsie's POV to see how things play out for them. Hopefully it has not ended just yet, and it does look like it hasn't ended yet as a player jumps into the box, and I think this is Gloves and Ace as they jump in. So we just jumped out from a POV. Let's go jump back from Gloves and Ace to see what's happening over there and whether or not they get the eliminations. And you can see Gloves and Ace are on full force attack over here to try get these eliminations. And you can already see that E-Tech and them have been eliminated. Reapsie has been killed from 200 meters away with the launch pad. And then Ace gets the kill onto Reapsie over there. So GG's. Right now, the center of attention has to be on Gloves. These things are just getting quite hectic right over here for the team. They're in a good position as well. Players dropping down below. Spider-Manning. Using quite a bit of mats over here, rotating in between where these guys could potentially be. That's definitely a kill. I'm surprised no fall damage came into play. They anyways need to rotate down there. So let's see whether or not they can do so. Rejects in them have a bounty as well, just outside Greasy, and you can see Gloves on the tower over there, boxing up Rejects and Travis right now, which is great. Let's see what will be happening with them going into the future game. A player getting a rebooted all the way in endgame, and I wonder who's going to call for that W key to go into the gameplay, and let's see what will be happening over there. So quite close to Greasy as well. Ojo going to be further into the center of the zone. Great position. 44 players remaining in game number 4, guys. That's what we love to see right now. Let's keep up this competitive tournament right now. Going over to Reapsie and them, they seem to have a solid base over here and could potentially even get the 50-50 zone for them. It is very unfortunate that they missed out on a win last game, you know, going up against the Coven Chimp. Unfortunately, just was, you know, the Coven Chimp right now they're playing very crazy. I mean, their qualifiers and semifinals just hadn't been the same, but now they play finals and they're playing very, very good. You can see Reapsie and them trying to get much active in here, and so would I. I'd also want to be active quite a bit. So let's see exactly what we'll be going into play for these guys over here in terms of rotations, etc. Going into endgame. For now, we'll stick away from them for a bit, not put any pressure on the team. Go back over to Gloves to see how things are playing out for them. But they've been very, very active for a while. And they are getting focused over here. Hopefully they don't get W keyed, because with such great eliminations and placements that they have right now, or placement that they could get right now, would be amazing for them. Adrian gets shot, gets eliminated over there. And Venom knocks out, but unfortunately Xylo takes out Venom. Oh, just a smither of HP, but it looks like Gloves wants to chase this one, but he also still needs to rotate into zone either way. Luckily, not getting too focused over here. Not that much mats at hand as well. Holding their walls so they don't get deflected, but a nice 55 crack onto there. A good shot from the player, but now Ace cracked as well. And a play on height with the double edit. They just need to hold the builds, but they're getting shot from everywhere, down to small HP. The team is struggling to stay alive in that small little box. They just had so many positions onto them right there. So unfortunately, that was so close for them, but they made it out alive right over there. So let's see exactly what they can do going into the end games. Neymar, who was doing quite well, you know, going to the semi-finals, going into the finals, but unfortunately today just hasn't been too great. Woke already eliminated and down to 3 eliminations only. Neymar now needs to play this out as a solo. He needs to try and bring this back as a solo for game number 4, but it's going to be relatively quite difficult for him to do so going into the rotations over there. So let's see exactly what will be happening and what the plays will be. But now Reapsie and Crispy, we can see them rotating in and around over here. So let's see exactly what will be happening for them. Reapsie Crispy with the rotation of 26 players, first moving zone, I believe. Let's see exactly what will be going into the end game over there as we go over to Bojo and Zakis. But unfortunately, Bojo and Zakis just won't be in that end game area. I think this may potentially also be our first moving zones that we have Rejects and Travis alive, so they get to make a lot of the noise going into rotation right over here. So let's see what will be happening with their gameplay and how things will be turning out for them. But now Travis and them just healing up, trying to get back to a good amount of HP. Let's see what the rotations will be looking like for them. Oh, just the perfect land. But unfortunately, you don't land and just heal in the middle of nowhere. You land and box up so you can try get into a good position. Rejects gets chopped down, but Travis is there to try respond to the players right now. And the player gets disconnected from there. So very much unfortunate for him right now. Let's see what the next sort of rotations are going to be like. As we do see Rejects just beaming and could potentially be on height as it stands right now. And will potentially be winning this game. Let's see if any of the other players are alive right now, just so we can give them a POV. We've got Fragment and Slain who are in the games right now, who are rotating, but no, they die 9th and they die to Rejects as well as Travis over there. So we'll just stay on board with Rejects and Travis until the very end, until they have died, as this is the only game we get to see them in the end game right now and playing out to their fullest. Let's see exactly what the looks are for Rejects and Travis right now. Ramping up all the way, but it does look like their height is being reclaimed. He does get a beam, gets the SMG. Now Travis goes out for height, but now he has to turn his focus from behind. Travis gets a knock, but Rejects gets eliminated. He does get a couple finishes as well, so it wasn't enough for the competitor to get the finish over there. But Travis goes onto a pool of loot, and it does look like maybe that is quite the match count for him over there. Let's see whether or not we got a Neymar alive as a solo. Just a peek over there. And unfortunately, no, we don't, as we do have him dead and dusted over there. So we're going back over Rejects and Travis to see exactly how that height can play out. So it's a 1v1v1, or maybe even a 1v2. And you can see them trying to beam from separate angles. And unfortunately, it's going to be quite hard to pull off a 1v2. But if he does, it's going to go crazy right over there. Player jumps straight into the box. SMG Sim is down to 31 HP. He still has 3 chuck splashes, which he could use right now. And you can see him using that. View is obstructed by a tree. Does have only 3 builds left. 1v2 for the victory royale. Will he be able to pull it off? Is the question. He gets shot down. Gets a good pump, gets an SMG, cracks the player, and these players could potentially be on low HP. 62 white, Travis drops down, he gets 1 elimination, but no! The 1v2 just couldn't happen. It was so close, and he just missed it by a single shot. I believe that player was literally 1 tap to death, and unfortunately, Travis won't be getting that 1v2 clutch, won't be walking out with a history moment in 2022, because we're on a new year and we're all about those new clutches, and that would have been a clutch of a madness for Travis to walk out with a win over there. But guys, that is game number 4. We're going into our last game right now. Let's get some hype, let's get some noise. We'll see you guys in the comment section while in the break. Stay in the stream. We still need to draw at random the giveaway. So we'll see you guys soon. While we are here, guys, during the break, we want to give you guys a little bit of something. We are picking the winners, and guys, we will not include duplicate accounts. So, Marcy had a duplicate account. Marcy VFX, Marcy Martina, these are all Marcy FNBR. It's all one person. So we will be doing a redraw. No duplicate accounts will be winning today, guys. So let's go and choose that winner. So Razy, it's Razy in chat. Razor in chat. We have Razy in the stream. Ten more seconds until we draw, guys. 10 more seconds until redraw, and then we'll be doing. So 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Unfortunately, Razy was not in the stream. We're gonna pick another winner. We got 31 Kigs. Is 31 Kigs in the stream? Is 31 Kigs in the stream? If 31 Kigs is in the stream, you got 1 minute to redeem, and let's see exactly whether or not we have you. So 1 minute, it's currently 17:43. 31 Kigs. If 31 Kigs is in the stream, then we'll be jumping into giving him the giveaway of the 1,000 Rand EFT cash to you guys. 30 more seconds, guys, until giveaway is redrawn. There's 31 Kigs in here, guys. 15 seconds until redrawn. 31 Kigs does not look to be here. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We're gonna redraw this one yet again, guys. So 31 Kigs has been forfeited as the winner. We're gonna pick another winner, guys, at random. And Dan FNBR. Do we got Dan FNBR in here? Dan FNBR. Is Dan FNBR in the stream? "30 seconds until Dan responds." Dan FNBR. Doesn't look like Dan FNBR is here. "31 Kigs has been forfeited." We're on to Dan FNBR now. And it doesn't look like Dan FNBR is going to be here as well. 15 seconds until Dan is here. 15 seconds until Dan is here, guys. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We're redrawing yet again. Dan FNBR has been forfeited. He cannot claim the prize money. He did not get the thing. We're picking yet again another winner. Guys, we said for you to be in the stream when we do pick a winner, and we did it at random. Smokes. Do we got Smokes in the stream? Do we got Smokes? Is Smokes here? Is Smokes here? Is Smokes here? Moving on in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Smokes is not here, guys. Smokes has been forfeited. We're moving on to the next winner. Smokes cannot claim his prize money. We are moving on to the next winner. Is Josh here? Is Josh here? Is Josh here? Is Josh here? Josh is not here, guys. We're gonna redraw. Jade! Is Jade here? Is Jade here? Jade has reclaimed her money with the hey in chat. We'll contact Jade, guys. Thank you guys so much for joining in on the giveaway. We'll be back for the Be Right Back after this. Going into game number 5, guys, we do have the winners being Chimp and the Cuff still in first place with 4 games played, 240. But Smeg and Savage are now 2 points behind first place. Reapsie and Crispy on 220 points in third. Fourth place is Warrior Les with a win in game number 4 with 202 points. Perf and HBK are in 5th with 190. Morgan Pepper are in 6th with 166. Altus and Mike Sticks are in 7th with 162. Neymar and Woke are 8th with 154. Zorro and Xylo are 9th with 146. 10th place is Puds and Martin with 142. Jumping into game number 5, we're going to have the following players going into battle. Let's see exactly what that's going to be looking like for these guys over here. So we can watch Clubs at Bojo and them off spawn over here. So let's see exactly what will be happening. Okay, guys, now going into this position, let's see exactly what Bojo can do. We're going to update the gameplay over here. I'm going to see exactly what it can potentially be happening in this position over here. Ooh, Zakis goes down. Unfortunate now. Bojo now needs to somehow miraculously bring a 1v2 into play. And this is not going to be an easy one coming out from him. Let's see exactly what happens right now. Nice, a nice crack from Bojo, but he's in a position of two different players. He gets another crack, but gets focused by another opposition, trying to get out of this position. Will he be able to? Let's see exactly what's happening over here. Disengaged, he does manage as well to get the card. So we'll leave the POV over there and then go over to the other POVs that we have for you guys over here, like Rejects and Travis. So let's see exactly what's happening. It does look like Travis and them are going to be in a sticky situation. So let's see other POVs that we have right now. So Adrian and Venom with 4 eliminations at hand right now. Let's see if they will be able to do well in this position. Nice, 5 eliminations. Yo, Adrian and Venom honestly doing the most right now here off spawn with the gameplays, and that has been great for them. Adrian and Venom. Gonna get their 6th elimination right now, and I think this is against the Cuff and Chimp. They get one knock. Okay, so it's not. It's high input delay. Another play in the box, but 2 eliminations back to back, and it's Dan LaRusso who will get eliminated over there. Adrian and Venom are on some crazy plays for the final game over here, guys, and you just love to see an all-out brawl going into action right now. Altus and Mixed still playing it out safe because they still have an opportunity at placing well in the top 10 region, if I'm not mistaken. According to the thing, they are 7th right now. So if they get a great game for themselves, guys, they can find themselves, you know, potentially putting themselves into that top 3. Well, that top 3, as it stands right now, has an underrated, an underdog, Smeg and Savage, who are only 2 points away from winning this tournament. So if they somehow get eliminated, which they haven't, by the way, we still have Neymar and Woke, who's been eliminated, unfortunately, with Offspawn, Face Turkey being eliminated, Inferno, Puds, Lazy, Xenon, Lucid have been eliminated in this position, and Savage and Smeg, guys, we need to talk about that because that has been crazy positions to find ourselves right over here. So really crazy right over there to get them in that position. Jumps up and away. So Altus and Mike Sticks still really working their way into an endgame position for themselves. And hopefully they are able to do so in the position that they can play in right there. So Milky and Ved, who have been in the tournament, unfortunately doesn't look like they're going to be in the finals or final game right now. And we're just going to get a different POV for you guys, so you guys can see exactly what's happening. And maybe we even get Septic and Anon to see exactly what the plays are like for them. They just boxed up quite comfortably here in the game. Venom with another elimination. In fact, 2 eliminations onto Venene and Paul. So Venom and them are almost ranking in a total of 10 eliminations, and the game has just begun. 32 players remaining, and you can tell that it's not only Venom and Adrian going out with an all-out brawl, but it's the entire lobby, W key left, right, and center, because they are definitely in this position to try win. So let's see exactly what will be going into play for these guys right now in terms of how things get in action. But as it stands right there, you guys can see 31 players remaining, and Morg gets an elimination in the kill feed. So Septic and Oaken playing it out safe for the last game, not trying to be in the all-out brawl. They're trying to be as safe as possible to try to get in as much placements. We saw Bojo in the earlier parts of the game, you know, trying to 1v2 due to the fact that Zakis had been eliminated. But if we look now, Zakis is well and alive and rebooted. And then we also have the situation with you know, the players going into the end game right now. Wasn't the best out performance out from Bojo and Zakis, but this is the first duo event out from Punishers and the first major tournament that we are seeing going into the finals of January right here. There's still a lot more to come in 2022 and a lot more, you know, tournaments that can be won under the belt. But with so many of these new players coming into the scene, like Adrian, like Z-Venom, like Martin and Patosh, who have been here for a while, but now really playing quite crazy. Venom and Adrian, however, find a nail bite, if that makes sense, because we do see Venom getting eliminated in the kill feed to Moog. So unfortunately, that all-out brawl is gonna, you know, cut them down, and they're not gonna be able to get all the eliminations. Tries to get a chop down, but there isn't anyone on hide over there. So Bojo and Zakis could potentially be chilling in the next 50-50 zone, which we'll be getting into in about 15 seconds. So let's see exactly what happens over there. So yeah. Nice, almost snipe onto the players. Punishes Reapsie with an elimination in the kill feed. So he's going all out as well, trying to get in a couple more points. But remember, Altus and Mike Sticks really doing the most right now, trying to get in some placements. But we do see one of their duos being eliminated, and now Altus or Mike Sticks need to literally try to get into the zone. And with Spider-Man coming in as a solo, he's going to get focused in all left, right, and center. But luckily, he's expanding out quite a bit. Maybe to go for the risk, go for the reward, and try get the revive onto Altus, and then they can play for the end game. But Altus won't have that much mats at hand or even weapons to utilize for themselves. And even more so, there's a lot of focus in and around the area of the housing over there. You can see Altus is Mike Six is gonna go in and try play for the reboot, but a house has been burnt up, and they're just gonna clear out all the wood areas right there. Hopefully he's safe and sound in his little square or brick housing, but unfortunately taking slight damage, not too much. Still able to keep on going for the end game over here. We'll go over to Vagrant and Slain as well, just to see exactly what's cooking, what's happening, what's crack-a-lacking. And we get to see that Vagrant and Slain is still alive in this position over here. They also got 2 eliminations, which is great. 27 players going into the 50-50 zone over there, which, you know, Game 5 has been seen like this, but we want to change it in terms of getting more dedicated players into the leaderboard, because when it comes down to finals, we usually have, you know, a lot of the players quitting, but we want to change that going into, you know, the future with all the tournaments and so forth. So expect more strict rules coming from Elite Pro Series, and, you know, not allowing people to play the next final games that we will have due to the fact that, you know, they want to quit or they don't have morale or good sportsmanship. That's really essentially what it is. And a crack coming out from Vagrant from such a distance with that SMG. So he's managed to secure a good shot onto the players over there. So going over to Reapsie's POV right now, you can see he's alive and well, and in the end game, going into his first moving soon. So we'll go over to his POV when he's in that moving zones and ready to rock and roll. Bojo and Zaki also seem to have a good Game 5 going into play for them. Somehow, always the case may be with Bojo, is that somehow Game 5 is literally their game. And I can probably call it right now, seeing that they are in endgame. Not that much mats at hand, but are in endgame, that this could potentially be their game. And we can see that going into the final moving zones, whether or not they will still be alive. But let's go over to Slain and Vagrant while Bojo just rotates with too many players alive right now, and his POV just kind of laggy, kind of blurry. Let's see whether or not Vagrant and them can be alive right there. So great that they've had the 2 launch pads and they were able to rotate with the launch pads into 50-50 and moving zones. So they're going to be quite happy with that over there. And a talk for today, guys, is, you know, like what happened with some of these players who a lot of you guys had money on. It's quite crazy that, you know, the meta could potentially be what's at fault. You know, the SMGs killing the competitive players and so forth. But what I said earlier to other competitors is, if the meta is too broken, adapt. Go with the double rapid SMG. Go with the double MK if needed. Whatever the case may be. Stop carrying your pumps, because it's not going to be used, or it's not going to be utilized successfully. Play a lot more like the other players. If that is the case, then do it. A player jumps straight into the box, but oh, it's great for him as they get eliminations here. So Vagrant and them looking quite happy about that elim, trying to get another kill right there. But unfortunately, the shot is going to be blocked off, and they rotate with Spider-Man right now. Not getting focused at all, and they're in the next zone already. This is the rotations you love to see coming out from a team so underrated like Vagrant and Slain. But unfortunately, we're going to go over to Bojo. And what did I say? Bojo likes to be dramatic. Game number 5. It does look like he's going to play for height over here. But Reapsie and Crispy in from behind. He's going to get an absolute beam. But they're going to play for height. He gets a crack on both Reapsie and Crispy. Bojo, absolute crazy player. He obviously wants these eliminations and could potentially walk away with it. But right there, playing it safe, playing it sound. So they're just going to keep height right there. And you know those moments where Crispy and Reapsie want to cycle height. They don't care about what's in play for them. They got a bit in trouble trying to do that there. But they're still alive, still grabbing in those placement points. Will it be enough to maybe grab a second place? Has the Smeg and Savage players been eliminated? We can only yet to find out right now. But does it look like the players have been eliminated? So Smeg and Savage still in this one. So it does look like we're going to have ourselves a new top 3. Maybe pick up Chim, Reapsie, Crispy, and Smeg and Savage. We are yet to find out right now. But a lot of this is going down in before our eyes right there. And we're going to stay on board with Bojo and Zakis as they walk away with game number 5. And guys, just a little bit of a dispute on the giveaway. Just so you guys know, Josh was in the stream. Unfortunately, I did re-roll too soon. Josh was in the stream and has won the giveaway. And look who is going to be winning the tournament right now. It does look like it's Bojo and Zaki doing the absolute most. They got 1 elimination so far. People on the low grounds just going a bit ham. Zaki's with another elimination. In fact, not just 1, but 2 eliminations, and it's a 2v1, and they can happily successfully take that in. And that's Reapsie and Crispy on the low ground. Does a 1v2 come into play? No, it doesn't. Reapsie and Crispy get robbed of a victory royale for 2 games in a row. But I told you, game 5, Bojo likes to be dramatic. He goes in with a victory, and they walk out of that one with an absolute dub. And that is the 5 games of the tournament right here, chat. The 5 games have come in. They've done it. And done and dusted, which is great. You love to see that coming out from Bojo. And yeah, amazing source, amazing stuff. The 5 games have come to an end. Let's see who the winners will be. Let's see who the winners will be going into the tournament right over here. So people submitting their scores, people doing the most they can right now. Let's wait for them to just finish that. I think we'll get an update soon. A lot of these guys have already gotten their update games. And we're just waiting for Reapsie and Crispy's games to update. And then we'll be looking at that leaderboard. But with a spectacular game coming out from Bojo and Zaki's right over there, that's what you'd love to see from the team. Amazing stuff. Reapsie coming in second. Unfortunately, getting robbed of 2 victory royales. If you saw game number 3, if I'm not mistaken, they went up against the Cov and Chimp and had lost the victory royale over there. And then same situation for game number 5. We find Reapsie and Crispy in the end game, hopefully going to win that game, but unfortunately yet again robbed of that victory. But it just comes to show us the consistency of getting to that end game has been more successful than any other players, except maybe for Chimp and Decov. Chimp and Decov did win 3 games back to back to back. That meant, you know, they took first place over there. So we're just waiting for the leaderboard to update. Anytime now, it should be able to. We're just waiting for Reapsie's and Crispy's scores to put in over there. And then we'll get in with them. So Reapsie and them are just going to be just waiting for those games to update, and then we should have info on that. But what do you guys have to say for this tournament? What do you guys have to say? Well done, Bojo and Lessix and Zakis and Bojo. Yeah, amazing stuff. Amazing stuff out from the scenes over there. We're just waiting for this leaderboard to update, chat, and then we'll get into it. But remember, guys, that prize pool that we're talking about right there is 15,000 rand. So first, second, and third will be walking away with a spectacular 15,000 rand. And then that is going to be distributed among first, second, and third right there. So crazy stuff coming into play for us. And we just got to wait for game number 5 to update from Reapsie and Crispy. So let's see what will be happening there anytime now. Yeah, but yo, that was a crazy tournament. What do you guys have to say for this tournament right now? What do you guys have to say for that tournament right now? Still waiting for Reapsie and Crispy's game, but until then, let's just keep waiting. Don't think it's gonna update anytime now, but I do believe that they will be third, and we can even check the Elite Pro Series website for the official calling. So, in first place, guys, we got Chimp, the Cov, with a 284-point game. We got in second, and a drum roll, please, for second contenders for the KO 2022 Punishers Duo Cup Finals. It's going to be Reapsie and Crispy with a 270-point game. And then in third, guys, I have to say congratulations to the team Smeg and Savage, underrated underdogs in the KO 2022. They come in with an absolute bang of a game and a third place over there, guys, ending on 264 points. But that is going to be the entire tournament and all games counted and included over there. So we can even see the official leaderboard being updated right now as well. So Chimp in first, Reapsie in second, and then Smeg in third. So yeah, let's see exactly what will be happening over there. So congratulations to each and every one of you guys. We appreciate it. We love you guys. We'll be ending the stream right over there.